Hi, Bat Hog here with the fourth video in the series for the Lockheed Electra. This one, setting up Blender. I've got my reference material here, but unfortunately it hasn't got any sizes associated with it. It's got a lot of details and it's usable for designing the aircraft in Blender, but it's not at a usable scale, and it's got no actual dimensions on it. So this video is how to get this into Blender to scale, so I can do scale parts. I did find this. It's a little bit grainy and not really very detailed, but it has got the measurements. You probably can't see it on here, but it's in imperial, so a little work with a calculator gets me the overall length of 31 meters 864 and the wingspan of 30.175. so I'm doing my model at 1:19 scale, and that gives me numbers of 1676 millimeters for the length, so it's quite a big beast with a 1500 millimeter wingspan. So without further ado then, let's head off over into Blender. Okay, here we are in Blender 2.82, and here's our good old default cube, and we're going to set Blender up so we can import our reference photo and generate the model into scale with decent measurements from the actual photograph. First thing we need to do is change from perspective to orthographic by pressing the 5 on the keypad. We'll go to top view, which is 7 on the numeric keypad, and we're going to do it so that the plane is front to back along the x-axis, and the wings along the y-axis. Okay, we need now to go to the scene settings and change the units. So we want it in metric, but we want millimeters to get the resolution, and we want the unit scale instead of 1 to be 0.01. Oh, look what's happened. Our grid's vanished on our viewport. That's not very good. So to correct that, we go up here and set the grid scale to the same as the other one, which is 0.01. And now we've got our grid back. And the original cube was 2 meters by 2 meters, but if we look at the numeric panel now, we see it's 20 millimeters, which is perfect for our business. Right, back in the top view, I'm going to get rid of the default cube, X delete, and just put a plane in. And I'm going to scale this plane to the size of the plane. So I'm going to scale the X to the dimensions I calculated. So the length of the fuselage is 1676 in millimeters. I'll actually put mm so it knows it's millimeters. Wow, that's long. And the width is 1588 millimeters. 1588. So I'll scroll my middle mouse wheel now out. That shape is the shape of the overall plan of the model. So all I've got to do is make the picture fit in that area exactly, and I'm good to go. Add now an image reference image. Got one here. You can't see it because it's very small, I suspect, and it might not be on the right axis. So let's try scaling it up. Oh yes, it's just way too small. I can move the picture up. There we go. That'll do. As long as we're in orthographic, it'll be fine. I'm looking at the plan. I want the plan of the aircraft to be 90 degrees from that. So if I rotate that whole thing 90 degrees, other way, that's the way. 90 degrees in there. I'll move it up, get it along the centre line. In fact, I'll make the picture a bit transparent as well, so I can see the plane underneath it. Select the image icon there. Opacity, use alpha. Drag the opacity down to, I don't know, 50% or so. That's great. We can see the whole thing now. So I'm going to scale that up. Slide it up. Trying to get it on the center line. And the exact size of the plane underneath. That's not far off. Yeah, the wingtips just about reach it there. That's great. So now we've got the top view, which is good. I'm going to do the other three views now, the other two views now. The important thing to know now is not to change the scale of this at all now. Now we've got it right for the plan, we want to keep it exactly the same for the elevation and for the front view. So can we lock the scale? Yeah, I think we'll lock the scale of that. And select it, press Shift D to duplicate it, and now rotate it on the x-axis. Might go the right way. 90 degrees, make sure it's exactly 90 degrees. 90. And if we select numpad, so we've got into perspective again, make sure we're in orthographic. Now I want the front view of this version of the thing to be over the crosshairs there. There we go, right in the middle. Let's zoom in and get it dead on. In fact, I think I'll do the middle of the circle of the fuselage across the crosshairs there. Like that. Yes, that's not bad. Perhaps a go over a tad. There we go. Yeah, that looks like it's going straight through the middle of the undercarriage there. Great. So there's two of our views. Top view, orthographic. Select the picture, duplicate it again, Shift D, Control A, rotation, go to the top view again, so I want that one to rotate around the x-axis by 90 degrees. Just about see my plane there. It's I'll tell you what, I'm going to hide that one for a sec by turning off the eye there. Ah, there I can see my plane there. That's a lot better. Slide that down. It's a little bit tricky to see where the plane is. Yeah, let's get it. Ah, that's more like it. That's more like it. Okay. Now we have the three views. Front view. I've hidden the top view. Plan view. Can actually get rid of that plane now. I'll just hide it with H. I've got my three views now. I'd want to model it that way, so I'd want all of them to be at the back. So slide them that way. Plan one, slide that down so it's underneath. And now in any view, front view, I can start modelling my plane. Just to give you an example, I'll just do a big cylinder for the fuselage. So if I add cylinder, scale it up, turn it over in the Y dimension, 90 degrees. There we go. It's actually not bad size, pretty good guess. Little big perhaps. There we go. Go to the side view. As you can see, I've not got that quite lined up, so I'll just adjust that. It's quite important to get the three pictures lined up as best you can. I'm going to scale that on the x-axis, and we've got our fuselage. Okay, let's see what it looks like in plan. Yeah, it's spot on. So you can actually have a look at the dimensions of that cylinder now, and you can see it's 184 mil by 184 mil. So that's the diameter of the end of it, and the length of it is 1 meter 144 long. Wow. So that's how to model in scale. Well, that's the start of it anyway. Hope that helps. Thank you very much. Bye for now.